Yo, let's talk about something. I get a lot of questions about people asking, how do you make it into this, bully community? How do you succeed? How do you do breedings? How do you do this? How do you do that? How do you get yourself out there? Well, I'm gonna touch on a couple subject. Nothing really about dogs specifically breedings or anything like that. It's just a way how to get started. Um, People say it takes money to make money, and if you want to be good at something, like be really good at something, you put at least 10,000 hours of practice into it, or 10,000 hours of work, 10,000 hours of time of your time, 10,000 hours of effort, whatever things like that. Um, First, money. This dog breeding is expensive. So for you to start something off right, like to start out a program, to start out like all this stuff, first you have to plan to have money, plan to lose money, plan to make money. Everyone plans to make money, but not everyone have a plan what happens when you lose money. Well, money, first you have to have money, like I said, to buy good stocks. How do you know what to buy, or how to start? First things, do your research. Look online. Nowadays everything is online. You can't miss anything online. Google, Facebook, Facebook groups, dog enthusiast groups, stuff like that. Look what if you're in it to make money. It's simple. It's actually not that hard. You can have you have Chinese money. You buy two dogs, put them together, and call yourself a breeder, and as that, you can have, it's not that hard. Buy top of the line big name dogs, and put together, buy badass females and put it together, and put it on Facebook. You have the money, hire some good photographer, take some good pictures, and be done with that. But not everyone has that expendable cash, or money set aside like that, or be rich enough to do that. So this is not for the people that have the money. Money makes everything easier. But this is for people who want to start out um, with some money, not broke. You gotta have some money. So let's say you want to start out a program, you don't know where to start. So you gotta research. Now let's say I'm gonna start out with I'm gonna use my dog, because people tend to get a little bit sensitive when you talk about their dog. So I'm gonna use Rocco. Rocco is a pretty popular at this time. So let's say you want to start a kennel. You like Rocco, obviously. You like the look. You want to be able to make some money off of that, and you want to be able to make a program off of that. Well, first thing first, a lot of people come to me and ask, hey, do you have any males for sale? Yes, I have some beautiful males for sale. If you like males, more power to you. I have beautiful males for sale, but to start out a program, I feel a female is where it's at. And here's why. A female, if you buy a really nice female with a really nice good bloodline, a proven bloodline, at least a female from minimum of 3 generations of someone else's product that has the look that they create, that's something you should buy. And you gotta research the breeder. You gotta research, are they honest about what their dog look like, or stuff like that. Are they gonna give you one of their best stock? To me personally, I try to keep some of the best stuff that I produce. But if someone comes to me that really believe in my program, believe my product, and really show that they want to succeed and they want to make it better than myself even, I'm all for it. I will sell it to you. But it comes with a price. It takes a lot of years for me to do this stuff. A lot of money loss, a lot of time consumed and stuff, a lot of, a lot of arguments, a lot of stuff, and so it's gonna come with a price. So let's be realistic about that. But let's say you have something between $5,000 or $6,000, and you want to buy a nice female. You know, for me, a really really nice female, something that is structurally completely sound, completely have the look, and completely something that I would keep, would probably be in the 10 and up. So that is something that probably I wouldn't sell for that price. But there are some dogs that I keep from pupback deals, or some dogs that I produce that might have a few faults here and there, like maybe, the feet is not straight enough, the tails, have a minor knot in it, or a slight high rear, things that that we don't want in a breed, but it happens. It happens to anybody. So anybody that tells you they make perfect dogs, don't believe them. There's no such thing as a perfect dog. So that's something that I would sell for 5 to 6, or maybe a little bit lower. That's something that you can work off of. That's what scares a lot of people. They feel like they have to have a dog that doesn't have some kind of fault when they first start out. That's beyond that I say that's, don't believe anything. So you do want to start with something that's really 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 correct if you can afford it. But if you can't, let's be realistic here and get something that's close to it. So let's say you see a badass female that has a minor tail issue, but everything else she has: the spread, the bone, the head, the cheeks, the stop, the movement, the pedigree. For $5,000, is that little tail issue would not stop me as a breeder from keeping that dog, or for me, for you, I wouldn't even be afraid to buy that dog. That is, instead of breaking your bank for $10,000 or $15,000, now you just bought a nice dog with just a minor issue as your foundation bitch. A foundation. That's what people don't understand. A foundation bitch doesn't have to be perfect. No foundation. Everyone don't start out perfect. So a foundation bitch don't have to be perfect whatsoever. So let's say you buy that female. She turns a year and a half. She looks great. She's amazing. Now, you want to breed her. You've done all this research and stuff like that, but you don't have the money to do the breeding. Let's just say you don't have the money, or you don't have the money for a stud service of offer a stud that you really like. One or two things you can do. You can offer a stud, the stud owner a pupback deal, if they take it, if they like your female. Or you can save your money. I personally would save my money and wait till I have it before I even, attempt a breeding, because when I do a breeding, I do it for myself. I don't do it for anyone else first. First, I do it for myself. Second, I do it for the people that like my product. So basically, if you don't have the money, I wouldn't do it. But if you can, if you want, offer, honestly, you offer a putback deal for the stud owner, second pick. If they don't take the second pick, then either move on to the next stud you like, which I really don't like that idea, because once I'm locked on a stud, I really like that dog, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen either way. That's the way it is. And I think you should do the same. But if you just can't do it, then you move on to the next stud that you feel complement your female. You try, let's say you go to that dog, try not to breed to another dog that has a kink, or has an issue with the tail, or a line that's really nice. That's how you better your stock, and make sure the male complements your female, not the other way around. A lot of people have badass bitches, but breed to mediocre males. That ain't how it works. That's not how it works at all. He's supposed to add on to your female, not the other way around. So that being said, you do that, you save up your money, you do the breeding. What you want to do is, now that you have a nice female, you breed to a dog that's absolutely gorgeous, a dog that people love. Now here's your options of, you can sell these puppies for a fair price and continue your program that way. That um, this is for people who want to start out that doesn't have all the cash. You're gonna have to sell puppies. There's no way around it at all. You're gonna have to sell puppies to continue your stuff. There's no way that someone does this um, as a complete hobby. If you want to be a hobbyist or just have dog here and there, that's fine. Do a breeding here, one breeding 5 years, and have fun with it. That's for you. But if as a breeder, you're gonna have to sell puppies. You're gonna have to produce puppies, and you can't hang on to everything. So keep the best puppy out of that litter, and share it with everyone else. Sell it for a decent price, and move on. Or what I like to do is, I try not to lowball myself. If I have a dog that's phenomenal, I'm not gonna sell it lower than what I would personally would pay for it. And then if I have a dog that I feel is not quality enough, I'm not gonna sell it for someone to breed it at $1,500 to $2,000. I'll sell that thing as a pet home all day long, $2,500 and under. Because you know what? That's how you protect your bloodline. That's how you protect your market value. That's how you protect your brand. A lot of people are trying to brand everything nowadays. That's how you protect everything in your brand. Once you sell stuff for cheap, people are always gonna want to come back and don't want to pay what you feel your bloodline or your dog is worth. So my advice is not to sell yourself too low. I mean, be reasonable, but not too low. And if you do have to go that low, sell it as a pet. And what else are we talking about here? Time. For you to do this right, it's time consuming. It's time consuming because you got to promote. It's time consuming because you have to go to shows. It's time consuming because you have to talk to people. It's time consuming because you have to clean up puppies. It's time consuming because you have to go to a vet. It's time consuming that you have to care for your dog, period. It's a lot of work. And if you don't have the support of your family, especially your wife or your husband, it's not going to work. I would not be able to do this without my wife. Her help, she helps me a ton. She probably do more work than me. I do a lot more of the promoting. I do more of the breeding. I do a lot more of the online replies and stuff like that. Talk to people who are selling the puppies. Talking to people, overseas, or just answering, just random questions. Stuff like that. So if you don't have support of your family, your wife, it's not gonna work. Unless you can hire help. But there's no fun in that, hiring people to do stuff for you inside the house. It's not. I don't trust nobody. So there's no one coming in my house to do any type of cleaning or any of my property stuff like that. So but you got to put some time into it. A lot of time. So before you even have the litter, before you even try to make any money, you have to promote your female. You have to promote your brand. You have to promote what you're doing. You have to promote the breeding before it even takes place. To gauge where the interests are. And most of the time, it works out. I usually don't take any deposits before the puppies are there. I usually, there's probably one or two occasions when someone is pressing to do it, and I accept it just because they show a ton of interest in it. But usually it's a big deposit. But otherwise, I usually don't take any deposit until the puppies are there, or even the puppies until 4 or 5, even before I make my pick. And then I will post up what's available for pet home, what's available for brood stock, what's available for show and breeding. But yeah, that's really, that's it to really doing a breeding. Just make sure you have the time, make sure you have the money, make sure you're prepared to come out of pocket for things that's unexpected. Make sure you don't expect too much from a breeding. You know what I mean? Make sure you don't expect too little from a breeding. So, um, what is it? Yeah, sometimes you take a loss in this breed, and you gotta be prepared. If you're not prepared, you're not gonna make it. So, that's my big advice, is to buy a female. Do your research. That's, put a lot of time into it. First and foremost, that's it. And that's my suggestion for everybody. I hope you guys like what you hear. If you have any comments, let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you can. I appreciate it. Share it. There's going to be a lot more videos I'm going to do, a lot more reviews I'm going to do on this page just for the dog people. Maybe sometime I'll do some, like a home product, that can be useful for dog stuff. But that's really it. I appreciate everyone watching, and see you next time.